In kindergarten, our teacher asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up. And immediately I wrote down paleontology. It's not only is what I wanted to do, but it's just the biggest word that I even knew. It was hilarious that I even knew how to spell it at such a young age. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, my mom let me watch Jurassic Park. And this is a big deal because this is like a PG-13 movie. And being able to see a more realistic depiction of dinosaurs moving in their environment, attacking each other, eating things, it was so exciting. I would have nightmares about dinosaurs every single night. Get eaten by a T-Rex, get eaten by a velociraptor, everything. But every time I'd wake up, I'm still jazzed about dinosaurs. I'd go straight back into playing with my toys. I would watch Jurassic Park again, despite how many nightmares I would have about these things. I'm Jacob Gardner. I'm a PhD student at Montana State University, and I study paleontology. My freshman and sophomore year, right away I wanted to volunteer, work in the lab, prepare some fossils, get some hands-on experience, go out into the field, actually find dinosaurs. And then towards the end of my sophomore year and into my junior year, I started to actually do research on dinosaurs, specifically study the evolution of dinosaur movement or locomotion. So dinosaur locomotion is extremely fascinating from the standpoint that dinosaurs are so incredibly diverse in terms of their posture, their body size. In order to study dinosaur locomotion, we went to multiple museums around the world, including the Museum of the Rockies here in Bozeman. We went to a museum in Canada, as well as China. During China, when we were measuring specimens for this dinosaur locomotion project, I decided to volunteer in this ancient DNA lab. So this lab studies the extracted DNA from fossilized human remains. And so I learned a ton and got really excited about studying human population history. And the leader of that ancient DNA lab invited me onto this brand new project, which eventually became my PhD work. Before I used to study dinosaur paleontology in my undergrad, but now I've shifted focus to study the ancient DNA of people in China and understanding the population history of East Asian people. And so rather than what paleontologists are commonly depicted as, dusting off old bones in a laboratory or chipping away at dirt out in the field, I actually use a lot of statistics and a lot of computational modeling in my research. My dream result from this research is evidence for prehistoric or ancient mixture between multiple populations. The reason being, everyone that I talk to about this research, they always say, oh, most of the mixture that you're going to find is very recent mixture. And I want to prove those people wrong. I think there's great evidence in the archaeology that there's a lot of more complex relationships. So the way that we get this ancient DNA data is this lab in China where they have their bone fragments, take like a drill and extract these bone powder, and this is where they get the ancient DNA from. And then they take that ancient DNA and they use this insane technology to sequence the entire genomes of these ancient individuals. And then that's when the statistics and the computational modeling comes in. We compare genetic differences between ancient populations as well as modern populations and look at how does the genetics of these populations change over time. Yeah, it's so crazy to think how I started off as this little kid playing with my dinosaur toys, watching Jurassic Park, so jazzed, and now I'm moving on to studying the DNA of fossilized human remains. It's mind-blowing to see where I've gone, and I'm really excited about what I'll be doing in the future with paleontology.